What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ecom Warriors. Today, we're going to be doing episode number 7 of the whole dropshipping Shopify series here when we talk about designing the store. We did a lot, and really there's too much to go back into. We've been working on the product pages, the collection pages, just a lot of information that we went through, different kinds of settings and features and all these different things within the store. With that being said, let's take some time to go ahead and just direct our attention to the homepage. And the homepage is really special because there's actually a lot of things that can be done on the homepage and are actually necessary. And so we can't leave the homepage like this. Now, there are some things that I added on the homepage that just for like show purposes to explain like what they are. For example, this right here is a countdown timer banner, which typically would be used in an instance where there's some kind of holiday or some kind of discount or sale that's unanimously well known all over your website. All your email subscribers, your ads, they're all basically reflecting the same message that there's some kind of discount or some kind of offer or some kind of incentivization that's going on here. And this countdown timer is to basically reflect the purpose that is there is a certain limited time for this special deal, this special offer, which essentially motivates people to, at the very least, click on that Shop Now button and learn more about what's being offered. Now, as you can see, our collection page here is created in a way that it focuses on a specific product. And I actually recommend this style of collection page when it comes down to your store if you have a limited amount of products. Like you can see here in my store, we have a total of 13 products. It's not much. And we're using these 13 products at its highest capability. We're not utilizing the product grid like you saw here on our homepage for the actual collection page. So when somebody shops for a particular collection, what they're going to see is a collection list view, and that is selectable through this section right here. On the collection page, you just scroll down and look for the product layout, and you'll see that button. There's a grid view and a list view. Now, with that all being said, we have to take some time and work on the homepage. With the homepage, there's a lot of things that we could potentially work on, but this is going to incorporate some marketing here. So every homepage needs a blog section. Now, I'm actually going to take the time to talk about this. A blog section, if you decide to go with blogs for your store to showcase your product and explain what your product is and show the benefits of your product, a blog is really should be shown to everybody. Now, with blogs, guys, the real purpose that we use a blog, the purpose is that we can acquire some traffic via SEO. And this is when it comes down to brand building, which is why I tell people brand building is extremely important. So before we begin, let's just go ahead and get rid of some of these segments of our website that we really don't need. So the Instagram section, you could see here, it's virtually non-existent on the page, because I plan on actually doing a series of or an episode rather, on how to get your Instagram ID, your access token, all this kind of stuff. But the access token is a little bit more complicated. The user ID is pretty simple. But let's go ahead and just get rid of that for now. So to delete a certain section of your theme or of your homepage using your theme here, we're just going to click on these top 3 buttons to hit remove. Now, for everybody who doesn't know, we're using the Wolf of Shopify theme. The Wolf of Shopify theme, like I said, and I will always say, is the highest converting Shopify theme. And if you use my discount code in the description box down below, you're going to be getting $25 off the theme. So the theme is currently $125. If you buy it without this Facebook ad vault right here, you'll be getting it for $100. If you want to buy it with the Facebook ad vault, it's $157. You take out the little $25 and whatever discount that is. Let me just type in my code here and let's see what that. Yeah, so it comes out to $132, which is actually pretty good. The theme itself is $159, but it's on sale for $125. Okay, now let's get back to the actual store here. So real quick, you guys see this button that says brand version 1 right here? That's where these blocks come in. These 165 by 90 blocks, which is basically, this is really, really used for something like if you worked with certain companies or something like that. So for example, these car wraps, right? If it was, my style, I would add certain brands here that I've worked with. Now, it just so happens that this store hasn't worked with any brands, and this is not even necessary. A lot of the times when you include more than 5 or 6, people get the idea that you're faking it. So you don't want to include so many to the point where different brands, to the point where people know that, you're faking. If you have 200 Instagram followers and you show that you've worked with, Fox 5 and Shark Tank and all these different brands and you're putting images here, look, everybody knows you're not. Something that I like to do with this branding feature is I like to put the focal points of the product here. So, for example, I use this in my yoga store. When you're selling like a certain product and a certain target market has certain needs that they want from that product. So for example, in clothing industry, with workout clothing, people want a few things within their clothing. Like for leggings, they have to be no see-through, like you can't see through them. They have to be moisture wicking, right? Nobody wants to have sweat stains. Comfortable, machine washable, all these different things, right? So you'd put these little different features here as an icon. So you'd come up with a little icon and you'd place them here with the little text to describe what the product is. Now, for this store, we're not going to be using it. So let's go ahead and get rid of that also, but I think it's just nice to know. Let's go ahead and remove that. Now, this news section here correlates to our blog. So whenever you see news, this is blog. And we have this countdown timer banner. Obviously, we're not promoting any kind of, celebration or discount or anything like that. Basically, we have no reason to have some kind of sale or some kind of incentive. So let's just get rid of this here. Now, for conversion optimization, it's very important to figure out what the incentive is. If you go to my YouTube channel, I created a video here called how to skyrocket your conversion rate. Made it about 3 weeks ago. Definitely check it out. This will help you on all cylinders when it comes to your Shopify store. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue here with our store. We need blogs. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that towards the end of the episode. But for now, we're just going to explore some of the features within our homepage that we can add. So just to be very, very clear, I want to explain the consensus of why we're designing the store the way we are. So you see here this first portion of the store, we have banner version 4. So banner version 4 is a section that you'll find. You just hit add section and you'll see banner version 4 right here. Now what banner version 4 really is, and I'll just explain this, the purpose of banner version 4. Banner version 4 was never really used on websites prior to like 2012. They were really never used, a style like this. But what happened is that, with the advent of drop shipping and peer-to-peer selling or peer-to-peer for selling, when you sell products for other people, these businesses, the only reason why drop shipping exists is because those specific businesses couldn't reach a certain sales community or certain base of customers that they couldn't reach on their own. So what happened is the marketer would come in and recreate a website in their own kind of way and sell the product, right? Because obviously the manufacturer is not going to give the marketer their own website. And so this is how drop shipping came to be. However, with marketers, the thing that sells your product along with conversion tactics and all this kind of stuff is content. Right? It's content. And for example, if I was to sell you a Lamborghini, right? Like the actual vehicle. And let's say you were in the market for one. So it's not like you weren't strapped on cash. You were actually looking to buy a Lamborghini or some other vehicle. And I would have just a description of it. Would you buy it? The answer is probably no, because you would need to see the vehicle. You would need to know everything about it, the scratches, how the seats look, how the seat fits, right? All these different things. So the reason why people buy, aside from obviously conversion optimization, different sales tactics, but they need to see and feel the product, right? We humans have 5 senses. The more of the 5 senses you're tapping, the more successful you're going to be. It's a reason why McDonald's is so successful, right? You're not only visual, right? So visually sensory, smell, sight, right? So that's like 3 senses right there. So any kind of business that you can provide more senses to the consumer and really get a grip of what product you're selling, you're putting yourself in a better position. Now back to this banner. The reason why these banners existed is because marketers had a lack of content when they were coming from these manufacturers. And so what marketers would do is they would create this three-piece banner, which at the time was just one straight up banner with a white block, like photoshopped white text with text in the middle and two images on the right and on the left. Right? So one image on the right, one image on the left, making two images. Now it just so happens that this is a functional three-piece banner. When I say three-piece, you can click on the actual image and it will direct you somewhere. And you could do that with Wolf Theme from wolfforshopify.com by clicking on the banner and then clicking on the collection, and you can edit the collections, which actually creates a more interesting scenario now to create different call to actions. So you can have a call to action right here, call to action right here, and a call to action right here. Now for the setup of this store, I created it this way as if it's one thing. They're all one thing, but you can create three different call to actions, okay? And for those who don't know, basically what a call to action is just a, if I was to say shop now, buy now, and when I say three different call to actions, maybe you're selling one type of product here, one type of product here, and one type of product here. Those are three different call to actions, okay? Here we have a split banner. So split banners are crucially important. I'll explain why. And I encourage every single person to somehow use split banners, okay? So basically what split banners is, every store for the most part, unless it's a incomplete store, but every store for the most part can probably break down their products into two different designs. Two different collections. So, for example, when I sold clothing for men and for women, right? But there was different types. There was hoodies, t-shirts, compression shirts, and those were for the men. Then you have leggings for the women. You have bras, tops, all these different types of crop tops, all these different things, right? That's many different collections, but I could break it down into two collections, men's and women's, right? Any kind of store where you can break a product down into two main collections is when you're going to want to use a split banner, okay? And so split banner is banner version 1. So if you go over here to add section, go to banner version 1, this is what a split banner will look like, okay? And you want to obviously make it very clear, very well. I actually did a bad job on that over here, but just to explain, since we have 13 products, there are two types of products we're offering. Even though they're all chrome wraps, we have chameleon chrome wraps and we have regular wraps, so like just regular chrome wraps, which are not even regular, but you get what my point is, right? So we have chrome wraps, we have chameleon chrome wraps. So there's two different styles of wraps here, and this is just my creative way of separating my products. Somebody might say, well, no, they're all the same, right? Wraps are wraps. Well, not exactly true. Think about a consumer who it's their first time maybe buying one of these products. They're not really sure about what they're going to wrap their car. Maybe they weren't even aware of the more exotic types of wraps there are out there. And then they come to this website and they see a chameleon wrap and they'll be like, what is that? And they actually see an image that kind of correlates. And chameleon, it makes sense, right? Chameleons change colors. So does the car, right? Chrome is like, everybody really knows what chrome is. All you have to do a basic Google search and you'll kind of see what that is. And so you just click on a button and you see the options. Now with the featured products here, and this is a critical mistake that I did, is never leave a space empty here. Like any kind of empty space here is ugly, does not look good. So we got to make some changes to that. You want to feature some kind of products. In my case, right, I have limited products. So it became like this random feature. But the best way, and I actually recommend this, is that find certain products that are not selling on your business and put them in front. And there's a reason why you want to put them in front on the homepage, is a lot of people are going to be coming to your homepage, especially if your ads are directing people to your front page of your site, right? Like if you have an ad that says, hey, buy now, 25% off, and once they click on the ad, it takes them to the homepage or the front page, then they're going to more likely see these products. And then, just to give them a boost in sales, give them some kind of sale or some kind of discount. Instead of writing featured products here, right, write limited quantity or limited stock, limited sale, whatever the case may be, something that's limited, right? And then when the person actually clicks on the product, right, they're going to see that information correlate, because what they're going to see is, hurry, only 6 left in stock. And that number is going to drop down. And this number, by the way, guys, with this little bar, you can change this with the wolf theme. So you see here, it just went down one. You could change this. On top of that, it creates that social proof bias of showing the amount sold in the last few hours with the real-time visitor count. Now, let's just head back right here. And let's just continue here. So for the featured products, right, ideally you'd want to have some kind of sale or something like that. Here I listed 12 products for sale, but we were tempted to have 12, but we have 11 because guess what, guys? We have 2 different collections. And I selected the Chrome Wraps collection, right? So there's 2 options, like I said, for this featured product section. Either one, create some kind of incentivization, some kind of sale, and then write sale, or products for sale, or limited stock products, or ending soon, whatever kind of tagline you want to put, and then add that collection, or add a featured products collection or a most commonly sold, right? And what you would do is you would create a collection for all your products. So it would select a random amount of products. And let's just go ahead and do that right now. So you can see I have 2 collections. I have Chameleon Wraps, Chrome Wraps, but I don't have an all products collection. So let's go ahead and create a collection. And it's very, very simple. You just give it a name. We can call this home page or front page collection, right? And we're going to go ahead and click here manual. And the reason why we're clicking manual is because we want to actually select what products we're going to put in the forefront, in front of our people here. So let's go ahead and hit save. And you can see here, we have it saved. Now, for references, this homepage / front collection thing, you actually don't want to call it that. The reason why you don't want to call it that is because if somebody ends up on your website, sees homepage / front, it's just not very professional, right? So we want to give it a name that's going to correlate with homepage / front. The only reason I wrote this here is so that everybody can understand where we're placing this specific collection and what the purpose of it is. Okay, so the purpose is probably we want to feature it somehow, or it's stock is limited, all right? So we could call it stock limited, right? And we could take out the word collection, but we know in our heads that stock limited means homepage, right? Or front page. It doesn't actually have to be that the stock is actually limited, understand? So it's just a play on words for our marketing here. Now we're going to select 4 total products. I want to select only 4. So I'm going to click on the green Chameleon Wrap. I like the way this red Chrome Wrap looks. Blue, and we'll go with, let's go with this orange one. Why not? So it's a good mixture here. And so what we're going to actually do is, instead of sort from best selling to worst selling, we're going to sort from manually. So manually just allows you to drag and drop where you want them to fit. And so let's go ahead and just take a look at how this looks. And we're going to go over here to our home page. And all right, let's just make this customization. Let's just refresh this page, because we want to see how it's going to look on our home page, right? And we already have the collection saved in a certain order. And by the way, guys, order does matter. So you're going to see here in a minute now. And maybe it matters differently for different businesses, but for all businesses, generally it matters. So you can see here we have the 4 products right there. Now, these are our featured products. We can change the text here to limited stock selections, right? And we have the 4 products here, and now we could kind of choose where we want them to fit. So for me, I think this one would look a little cooler if it was like first, this one would be second, and this one would be third, and that one would be fourth. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's drag the Chameleon one all the way at the top, right? Let's make sure the red one is second, and then we got third, and then fourth. So we changed the order, and it's actually already saved for us. So let's head back here, and let's just refresh what we're seeing. So let's go ahead and hit save. And then once we save it, the system will refresh itself, and it will present the correct order of the products. If it doesn't, we could always just refresh, but you can see here it did. So we have the Chameleon, the red, the orange, and the blue. So I like the order of the way that looks. And sometimes the reason why this order thing might matter is, let's say you guys are selling clothing, right? You might want to create a collection like this where you show like certain sets. So like you might have the red t-shirt here, and then the red pants here, and then the red shorts here, and then the red socks here, and then right under it you might want to have the blue shirt, the blue socks. You know what I'm saying? So the order does matter if you want to be essentially kind of organized with it and clean with it, right? So let's just take a look. We have our banner, we have our split banners here, we have our limited stock selections. Now, let's go ahead and get rid of some stuff here. So the Instagram section, I don't need, so let's remove this. And the reason why it's still here, for now I'm going to remove the blogs. We'll get back to that. We'll take a look at that at the end of the episode. And let's get rid of this branding feature. Let's also get rid of this countdown timer, like I said, since we're not doing any kind of promos or incentivization type offers. Let's go ahead and hit save. And so we're saving our progress. Now, it's not enough to just have our website look like this, right? This is not enough for a good functioning business, because from here, people are only seeing limited products, right? They're not seeing everything in front of them. So I want to show them, give them a chance to show them some things that maybe aren't selling as much, or maybe some things that you're just not seeing on my website, right? So let's go ahead and hit add section. Let's just take a look at what we can essentially put on our website. And I recommend everybody take time to be a little creative and kind of think outside the box. So let's view banner number 1, banner number 2, right? So if you want to have like some kind of sale or some discount, this is a great banner to have. Let's just see this banner in action. So by the way, guys, you can see here how this banner fits, but it's hitting the footer right away. You could just go to margin bottom here and just add some pixels. So maybe you want like a nice 29 pixels to create a decent space between the footer and the banner, right? And we could just select an image. So I don't think I'm really equipped for the image for this specific banner. Like I said, the content is where the marketing is at. But you could see here how it looks in end of the season sale, up to 30% with a shop now button. I could always select the image and decide to edit some text. So I can go with white here and go with white here. And you can see here it looks a little bit cleaner overall, or rather go with black here. And that would be a little bit better, but then again, the banner, the button is still black. So you want to just try to, manipulate some kind of tactics. If I wanted to change the color, I would just go over here to theme settings and go to our colors section and change the main body color. But honestly, I'm not really interested in doing that. And I'm not really interested in using this banner either. So there will be a time where I use this banner, just won't be now. And you guys will see stores that I build in the future where we will have that. And they're going to be real cool exotic stores too. So we have banner number 3 here. So just to be clear, a lot of people aren't sure really what banner number 3 does or how it can be used. And banner number 3 is actually really useful. So we can create a margin, let's just say of 50 pixels, right, to give us some space between the banner and the footer. And there's some benefits we could use this banner for. So if we have a wide type image here, like a body wide image, we have this image. And for this banner right here, we can select any kind of image that's more elongated, right? Because it's not as wide. So maybe an image like this, right? But ideally, the images should be the same height. So just keep that in mind. The theme won't just minimize the image for you, because that will mess up the pixelation. And a lot of themes won't do that because it will mess with your store. Because if for example, this image that we selected, it's naturally this tall in height. If we were to increase that artificially within the theme, it would create pixelation within the image, which would actually look like trash, guys. So we don't want that. So make sure when you have an image like this that it's they both have the same height, all right? And so what these banners are really for is on the image, and this is the best way to run with a banner like this, is the place where the person is hovering their mouse over, and this text box is not touching, which is like right here. The space right here is where you want to have some kind of discount or some kind of discount off or percentage off. And that's really the best purpose of this, because what's going to happen is when somebody's scrolling down and they're seeing this banner, their eyes, right, the direction of their eyes follows the pattern of the mouse. So if the mouse goes over the banner, they're going to see, okay, this little thing pop up, like a certain collection promo and something that says like shop now or whatever, and they can click on it and it'll take them right to the product page. In my case, just took me to the collection. So let's just head back here and go to our homepage. And I'm just going to get rid of this banner. But I'm just showing you guys what you could really do in a situation like this. And remember, creativity is very, very valuable, okay? Let's see. Banner 3 we just talked about. Banner 4. So banner 4 is what we used up here, right? Let's take a look at banner 5. So banner 5 and banner 6. So banner 6, let's just go to banner 6 real quick. It's a hero banner. A hero banner basically is a place where it's a banner it's a full width banner from left to right, and usually covers up the whole page without scrolling. So in UX UI design, or just in general design with websites, we have a thing called above the fold. Or it's like a little saying we have. It's called above the fold. And basically what above the fold means is that when you visit a website, everything that you're seeing on that website without scrolling a millimeter is what's above the fold. So this is considered the fold right here, this line. And once I scroll to see what's left, that's below the fold. So you want to have, using a hero banner, hero banner should always be, for the most part, above the fold. There are instances where you can put it below the fold, but those are very, very rare instances. Usually the best time to use below the fold banners are for large giveaways or something that requires a ton of attention without incentivization, right? Because it's much different when I use a countdown timer banner, which is actually not in this banner section. I'll show you guys where it is, than if I use a hero banner. A hero banner essentially takes up a lot of real estate, very useful real estate on your website, and if you're not using it to somehow capture a lead or encompass or capture the attention at least of a lead before even capturing the lead itself through email, you shouldn't be using a hero banner. All right, so hero banners are pretty simple, but banner number 5 is not as simple. Let's go ahead and select banner number 5 here. You can see here they give us like 3 options here, collections. Now basically what this is let me just go ahead and save so that everything is loaded. And sometimes I like to do is save before I really talk, because it's going to just reset the theme and kind of configure it the way it really should be. What you guys are seeing here is a place where you can add an image followed by text on the right. Now, why is this feature beneficial? I'll give you an example. Imagine if we had 10 different collections, 5, 6, 7, 8 different collections, and we want to promote one specific collection. We want to give it more attention than the others. This is the perfect type of banner to do that with, because it allows us to provide some copy over here with a title and a subheading with a shop now button, but an image to kind of show and explain what that really does, right? So if I was selling like upsells to this specific product, great place to be is to use something like this banner style. So let's just select some kind of cool image that we have saved here. Let's just see, maybe this one looks nice. So something like this, right? And honestly, I'd probably get rid of, let's see here. Probably get rid of these two, but before I do, I just want to show you guys a little cool design tactic that a lot of people do. Is since the image is on the left and the text is on the right here, you can go to the second one and hit this little banner right button, and it will look like this. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Almost like a hopscotch effect or a piano colored effect, right? Like the black and white. And you can add an image too for this. Let's say this one. It's probably not going to look as good, but you guys get what I'm trying to say here. So it's image, image, and then image. So this is good for, like I said, different collections. So if you want to promote like 3 collections really, really quickly, a great place to do that is right here, okay? So I'm going to get rid of this. You guys kind of know the benefits of this. But before I do get rid of it, I want to show something that's similar, and it could replace this feature. So this whole collection section right here, collection sub 2, collection sub 3, all these different collections, these are different features that will essentially do the same thing. And I'll explain what I mean. I'll hit select, and then I'll just hit save, and then I'm gonna add images real quick to each one. So, or not even add images, just select the collection. It will by default select the images for me. So chameleon wrap for collection 1, collection 2, chrome wrap, and collection 3. We're going to go with stock limited. And you'll just see how it looks in a minute here. And let's just hit save. Background, breadcrumb image. This is optional. You guys will see what it looks like in just a second. All right, guys. So once I save the progress, everybody will kind of see what everything looks like. Okay. And instead of one collection product row, let's go with 3 here. And so this is exactly what it is, right? So with this whole thing is these 3 boxes, right, are correlated with the actual collections. So this will do the exact same as this will, but these will be a little bit less descriptive. Does that make sense? So what I selected here was 3 different collections, and we're actually going to use this in our next store build, and I'll show you guys how this works and why it'll be so beneficial. And we have a 2 places essentially where we show off collections, and this is a little more descriptive than this. That's really all it is. But you can essentially show a lot more in one block than in this feature. So in banner number 5, right, you could show a lot less in a block. So a block, essentially, for what everybody wants to know, is it's from the left to the right of the screen that encompasses one section of the website, which is referred to as some people call it a banner block, or some people just call it a block. Either way, this can show off less collections, but this can show off more collections, but it's less descriptive. So if you have a product that's a little more self-explanatory, you might want to use this. So clothing, another example that you could use this for. If you're selling, like, for example, I have a customer who had a license with the NBA who was selling NBA related products like basketball, jerseys, and shorts. Then that's kind of obvious. You really don't need to explain that with something like this. But if it is something like car wraps or something like that, maybe you would want to do some explanation, okay? So that's just an idea for you guys, right? So let me go ahead and delete this, and let me go ahead and delete this. By the way, to add images, you just need to add images to the actual collection so that once you select the collection, it will have a default image. So you see how it's like, it has this image that's like kind of grayed out. If you select an image, like, I'll just show you guys what I mean. I'll hit edit collection, hit add an image here, and just select a random image. So I'll select this image, and if I hit save, you guys will see what I mean in just a second. Let's go back here. Let's hit save, and I'll show you guys. It will change here. Let's just give it a second. All right. And it will show, yeah, there you go. So you see how it works. But once again, there's no exception to the rule for this. Every single person should be using some type of, image editor or something that makes sure all the images are the same size. And like I said, we'll make sure we do that in the future, okay? We'll be utilizing this feature, and you could utilize this. All these different stock types or collection subtypes are different ways to present your collection in different manners. So there's one of them that you're going to see the text on the actual image. There's another one that just looks like this. So there's a whole different features, and all you have to do is select the collection one. All right, so it's very, very simple. Let's go ahead and just delete this so you guys can see what it is. And I'm actually going to decide to continue this episode tomorrow since we're over a half hour in. I don't want to bore anybody. So that's just, how we're going to do it. All right. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.